Hello, I'm Danny. Today I'm going to introduce my lesson assessment plan and explain why I chose this. Balaclava High School is a public school which includes 30 teachers and 316 students from year 8 to year 12. There are 5% of indigenous students and 4% of international students. The main task they need to finish is to engage the public to consider the environmental issue by visual artwork. Here is the assessment plan. There are 3 different types of assessment here: folio, practical, and visual study. Each part has different weight, which is 30%, and 40%. This assessment plan focuses on 3 major concepts: reading the world, learning by doing, and education for human development. In assessment type 1, the teacher requires students to make a visual journal of their learning process to form a conceptual understanding. This stage assists students to collect a variety of information to read and analyze. It can improve students' different capabilities. For example, the literacy. According to teacher's introduction, students have a discussion in class. They can communicate ideas, thoughts, feelings, values, beliefs about environmental issues and record it in visual journal. After class, students can do more researches in local community, gallery, or website to investigate, select, summarize, and present their findings. This is also a good way to promote their capability for citizenship and creativity. They examine issues relating to environment, sustainability, and learning to question and challenging these issues relevant to the visual arts and to reflect these qualities in all aspects of visual arts practice and response. In the assessment type 2, students are asked to complete 2 projects. They work within a group to complete a final project, which needs to engage the public to focus on the environmental issue. It can be different forms, such as painting, sculpture, or installation, by using recycled materials or plastics or something else. In the process of making, students learning by doing, according to Dewey's assumption that people learn best when they are personally involved in the learning experience. In this stage, students learn to work individually and collaboratively in different steps, and using problem-solving strategies, employing high-order thinking skills to find different possibilities. It highly promotes students' capability for working and learning. Students learn to reflect and think imaginatively and to make works of art that represent their own understanding about real life. This highly promoted the students' creativity, which are at the center of the art education. In addition, students are required to write a 200 words project statement. In this statement, they need to introduce their project, explain their materials and skills used, and why they choose this. They also need to make a self-evaluation about their project, such as what can be improved next time. Last but not least, sharing their understanding about the environmental issue according to their research and learning. This statement enables students to develop their literacy. It allows them to explain and justify their ideas as they experiment, plan, and make aesthetic decisions about visual arts practice, and communicating their understanding and ideas about environmental issue in visual arts practice and response. Finally, for the assessment type 3, visual study, students analyze the use of materials and skills and to represent their ideas according to their researches and learning. by recording a 3 to 4 minutes video to present their draft to teacher. This is a combination of critical reflection and action. It involves applying a creative or problem-solving process in a logical sequence, which enables students to promote their critical thinking. In addition, this video allows students to communicate their ideas with teachers and peers. They can engage with information and communication technologies to connect with others and learning to evaluate their work. The personal ability can be developed through the process of creating, analyzing, evaluating, and responding to works of art or design. According to Press, education for students is not only for academic learning, but also helps them to function effectively in different workplaces and communities for the human development in 21st century. This lesson assessment plan helps students make sense of themselves and their surroundings, encourages young people to connect local issues to global concerns, connecting students inside and outside worlds, enriches their own expressions and understanding of their connectedness to the world, develop students' understanding who they are, how they belong, or how they are connected to the world as an important aspect of arts learning. Students are involved in their own artistic discoveries and expressions in class, its inside world. We also want students to understand arts as an expression beyond themselves and permeates all aspects of life, which is outside world, by taking different tasks. In conclusion, according to Professor Martin Westwell, students need to take ownership of their learning. They are asked to express their knowledge in different way to solve the problem with different general capabilities. Here is my own reference. Thank you.